welcome to the NewsX Sunday Guardian Roundtable. Well, today we are discussing the very interesting cauldron of the coming assembly elections, particularly the state of Uttar Pradesh and the impact it will have in Delhi in the two national parties on both Rahul Gandhi and Narendra Modi. To join me in this discussion is Hartosh, political editor of the Caravan. We have Suhel, founder and managing partner of the Counselage. We have Virendra Kapoor, political columnist, and he also writes for the Sunday Guardian. And of course, Aditi Phadnis, political editor for the Business Standard. Aditi, I'll begin with you. BJP is making it very clear that these elections are not going to be a referendum on demonetization. But how can they escape that?
Well, I'm not sure if they really want to escape that because they feel that they've done quite well by demonetization. They've got the general impression is that they have served the underclass, and the guy on the street is saying that अगर आपने हमारी एक आँख फोड़ी है तो अमीर की दोनों आँखें फोड़ दी हैं. So they feel that they've done very well by it, and they don't really want to they want to capitalize on it.
It's going to work in their favor.
Look, I don't know where you get the impression that they're saying the demonetization is not the issue. They, on the contrary, are looking forward to exploit that because the ordinary voter, they think, is impressed with this, as she said, that this is a continuation of the attack on black money that Modi has launched, and that is going to pay them electoral dividend.
So, Rahul Gandhi has really gone all out on the demonetization issue. Is he making a big mistake? It's going to boomerang on him.
See, whatever Rahul Gandhi touches, he's got the reverse Midas touch. So, if humanity takes a pretty dim view of quirkiness, he might succeed. I only want to deflect from the political to the market realities. From November 8 to November 24, everything suffered in terms of, and I'm talking about market related stuff. Retail was down, job losses, blah, blah, blah. What we are seeing, and there are three what I call anchor sectors: automotive, real estate and services. And yes, I'm making a mistake. This is the formal economy, not the informal economy, over which I have no data. In the formal economy, starting middle of December, we are seeing an upswing. And let me explain very briefly. Automotive has shown not only coming back to normal levels, but an increase. Air services is a blip because they allowed you to buy with old currency tickets up to December 31. So I'm not getting into that. Real estate, we are seeing the market recover, but not to its fullest potential. But it was down, almost rentals were down at about 40%.
Which is not a bad thing.
Which is not a bad thing. The third, which is services, we are seeing a recovery right now to pre-demonetization levels. I still believe personally that there will be 2 more quarters of pain. The informal economy is bruised, but if you see the government's Rabi crop figures, they seem to suggest that there was a 6% increase in the offtake of seeds.
That's because of good monsoon.
And also, if you see, they had a loan waiver. But I don't know how this will impact UP, except for one thing only. I generally believe that the voter, when he votes over such personal, localized issues that demonetization as an issue may not be the one that will swing the vote. Because he'll still be voting for sadak, bijli, pani, that kind of stuff.
Okay, we'll go into the local issues after. But Hartosh, you've been touring Punjab also. What about Punjab? What about the farmer over there?
See, 2 things. I mean, on the large scale economy, I think the jury is still out. Investments are down and they're not picking up clearly from outside. So macro indicators, I think it's too early to take that call yet. What is clearly true is that demonetization is good or bad depending on where you started with Modi on November 8th. So on UP, I'll tell you what is going to happen. In UP, if the BJP does well in UP, this election will become a referendum on demonetization. If they do badly on UP, then this has nothing to do with demonetization. So that's your take. In Punjab, demonetization is a disaster. The BJP leaders are themselves campaigning. Anil Joshi in Amritsar is going around campaigning. Please, I had nothing to do with demonetization. Don't blame me for it.
What is that?
Yeah.
In Punjab, agriculture has been affected, labor has been affected. They are already starting with huge anti-incumbency against the Badals, and there was no stake in Modi to begin with in Punjab. So they were already ready to
do well in Lok Sabha elections.
So they were ready to damn Modi to begin with, and so they, I think, in my view, because I stand on that side of the political spectrum, are taking a more realistic view of demonetization because they don't have to prove that Modi is right, basically.
Okay. Okay, moving away from demonetization, Aditi, this tie-up in Uttar Pradesh between Rahul and Akhilesh, how do you see that impacting UP? Where do you see the vote going?
Well, I think Rahul is the one who's got the short end of the stick, frankly, because
Short end, I thought this is benefits the Congress.
It may benefit the Congress in the short run, but it is very difficult, Priya, to persuade your constituency, your party, without losing face and losing control, that give it up. It's very difficult to do. Rahul himself has been abusing Akhilesh and 27 saal
UP
Uttar
Behal.
Pradesh Behal. And now to turn around and say, we'll tie up with him and ab achhi baatein karenge, it's very difficult. So frankly, if I were a leader of the party, my sympathies would be with Rahul. It's a very difficult thing to do. But that said, I think it's going to do pretty well. And if Congress was at 5, they may go up to 10, which is a
Okay, they'll double their figures.
100% increase. But it's possible that a kind of an ideology bereft Samajwadi party may get some leads or some direction from the Congress. The Congress is a master at melding elements of populism with elements of investment-friendly capitalism with something that appeals to
Ideology
the poor.
and all that, yeah.
So it's possible that please don't think I'm sounding patronizing, but it's possible that Akhilesh may learn something from them.
Wow, I don't think Akhilesh is going to give Rahul that respect, but he didn't even...
And of all the people for Rahul. But
We are not talking about only Rahul here, sorry. We are talking about a
Congress.
package deal.
Okay.
So,
yeah, but to endorse what Aditi said, couple of opinion polls, including India Today, I think, they gave nine seats to Rahul Gandhi after his Khatia Sabha and all.
No, but this is before the poll alliance, or
This is before the poll alliance. So I think that's the reason which impelled them to go for this alliance. And all said and done, they may be bereft of ideology, the Samajwadis, but they're hardcore loyalites. It is in the anti-Congressism is in their blood. And
She's
and
shaking her
another
head.
point, aside from Mayawati's core voter, every other party finds it difficult to transfer votes. To say that a congressman can vote for a Samajwadi party, I mean, they've been fighting in the constituency for ages, vice versa. So I don't know where this might be a face saver for Rahul Gandhi. Instead, as she says, instead of 9 seats, maybe he'll get 10 or 12. But I don't think that maybe the atmospheric, the television, you guys will get very good picture even Priyanka and Rahul Gandhi on one side and Akhilesh and his wife. But apart from that, on the ground, I don't think it makes a much difference.
And why was the Congress so keen on this, Suhel? What have you heard?
see, I'm no expert like the three of them, but I have a very clinical view of Indian elections. And it's 3 parts. Number 1, leaders don't win elections, cadres do. They're the ones who go out and do what we call either vote harnessing or vote conversion. Second, no voter votes for a package. They vote for a single party. So if you're trying to tell, let's say if Hartosh is a voter and you say, Abhi, I'm giving you Congress, and this is not a 2-in-1. He's still voting for one particular party. On the contrary, if you do a pre-poll alliance, my belief is that you dilute the ideological insularity or unilateralness that you may have had. The third, I don't know what complementary skills both these parties bring except to talk about dharm nikshedta. Secular, we'll keep the communal parties out, keep the secularism. Finally, who's going to be the spoiler? In Punjab, I mean, you've toured it, I believe AAP is not just a spoiler, AAP is an unsettler. Because it's, questioning every traditional voting principle. So, given this scenario, the jury is still out in terms of what might happen in UP. Because they are not going to vote for a packaged ideology. And as Virendra said, how are you going to obliterate the strident, hardened positions that you've taken and then expect your cadres to go and tell Hartosh, nahi, ab Rahul Gandhi Akhilesh se pyar karte hain. Pehle to gali dete, ab pyar karte. I mean, I don't know how these positions suddenly meld, suddenly harden.
Yeah, how does this translate on the ground, which is true? Even a lot of Congress leaders who had on the discussion here have been saying 27 saal UP Behal, and poor Sheila Dikshit, you drag her out.
Sacrificial lamb.
Exactly. So how does this play out in terms of the voter?
First of all, I think we have to be realistic. The Congress was always and also ran in UP. They hung on to Akhilesh's tails. They made some bid to say 105 seats are more than what anybody could have got out of the SP, but it will only damage them if they end up winning 10 and losing the rest. Well, fact is simple. The only reason this alliance exists for Akhilesh is that he feels it is necessary to swing the Muslim vote, and it is critical, and that chemistry on the ground is going to play. And the Muslims were, and I'm not saying that we are speaking for the entire community, but there is a clear sense we don't want the BJP in power, and I mean, why should they? And given that, would Mayawati have got the Muslim vote? Yes, that was a strong tie-up. With the Congress coming in with Akhilesh, that vote is going to go back. And this is where Akhilesh is looking for. I mean, he has the Yadav vote. So, if that transfer happens because of the Congress, the Muslims have more faith in Akhilesh. The tying up with the Congress only means that the taint on the Samajwadis that they can go with the BJP when necessary will be removed. That at least the Congress will ensure you cannot run into the BJP camp again. Will give them the surety to end up there. That is why this alliance has the potential to change the scenario.
But one thing, Hartosh, why is in the media discourse only three entities being discussed? Samajwadi, Congress and BJP.
No, that's why I said Mayawati is very critical.
Not being discussed, but why is BSP not being discussed in media?
So I want to come to what Hartosh said. The consolidation, this pact is further going to consolidate Muslims behind Samajwadis. Because don't forget that Mayawati has fielded as many as 97 or 99 Muslim candidates with an eye on breaking that Yadav Muslim pact. This again is supposed to, or BJP expects this is going to help them because the consolidation of Muslims as a bloc leads to a counter consolidation somewhere. And Mayawati is caught in that pincer. And I would say that now, as of now, I might be wrong, BJP is not at all worried about this pact. In fact, Mayawati has reason to be worried.
So they will consolidate the Hindu vote irrespective of caste?
Well, see, the question of consolidation, counter-consolidation is always open. It depends. In UP, it is not as simple as all the castes will come together. If Thakurs move side, the Brahmins will move to other side. It will depend from constituency to constituency. So some of this will be true, some of it will not be true. Eventually, how this pans out will depend from constituency to constituency. That is why they are selecting the right caste combinations, doing all that. As
all parties are doing
in UP, it will be critical. But I doubt if it is going to be as simple as getting a Hindu counter-consolidation to the Muslim vote, because I don't think the Hindu vote has a one-point agenda in the same way the Muslim vote has, that we need to keep the BJP out.
So is that correct? This consolidation of the Muslim vote won't send the Hindu vote towards the other side?
I don't really know whether the Hindu vote is consolidated, whether it's going to be consolidated. I would tend to agree with Hartosh that constituency level equations matter a great deal.
Okay.
But that said, I think we have to remember that 75 lakh people are going to vote in this election for the first time. And I think their vote is going to be extremely important. And they are not going to look at things as Hindus or Muslims or whatever. They are going to look at the aspirations of their own aspirations. Who's going to give them a free mobile phone? Who's going to address the issues of internet connectivity? Who's going to provide jobs? Who's going to do development?
Which is what both Modi and Akhilesh.
But there I must say, I was doing a market visit from 16th of December to the 19th of December around Lucknow, because we are looking at launching a new brand. When I was speaking to young people, there was an overwhelming disposition towards Akhilesh. They told me, and many people across the spectrum said, ये जो इनके पिताजी हैं, चाचा हैं, ये हैं, वो सब एक पुराने ज़माने के हैं, ये डेवलपमेंट करेगा, ये हमारे उम्र का है.
There's a suppressed kind of, we wish we could have done it. Because families, by and large, we know, are very oppressive. And in UP, that holds true for there as well as anywhere else. And many of the young people will not come out and say it openly. Some are a little cynical. कि ये तो नूरा कुश्ती है, ये वापस मिल जाएंगे, अब कौन अपने अपने परिवार के खिलाफ खड़ा होगा.
No, but this was before all the parivar stuff happened. And people were still saying...
That will only help him.
Correct. People were saying that at least this fellow is like us.
But that
development oriented.
That percentage of people who say that he'll make up with them is very small. There is an overwhelming sense that we wish we could have done this.
No, but taking off from what you said about the 75 lakh new voters, I assume that is age indexed, right?
Yeah.
If it is age indexed, we have seen even the Badals the last time that they won, ostensibly won on the plank of development. And they obliterated anti-incumbency. How would this 75 lakh help? Where would this vote? Where would this go? I'm sure they won't just vote on Caste, but certainly on development as well.
Which is why Akhilesh and Modi both are now, the Ayodhya campaign has been given a back seat and development is taken.
Yeah, but on the other hand, you saw a report yesterday, in fact, a very detailed report, one of the papers here, that eventually, when you go to vote, what asserts itself, development, jobs, it's your caste. You look at...
It's your caste.
It's your caste.
It's still your caste.
You're Thakur, then go and vote for a Thakur. I mean, a superior Thakur. If everybody fielded a Thakur, then party preference comes in. Caste still is a very important factor, especially in UP and Bihar.
See, I think there is something that is happening, and it will be interesting to track the 75 lakh vote. I still think that for certainly Muslims, given the atmosphere that has been created, young or old, there will be a certain sense in voting as Muslims. But I think larger sense where you're saying Modi and Akhilesh competing for development, unfortunately in this elections, that's my perception, and I'm clearly saying I'm biased. I mean, I am critical of Modi. That Modi cannot be the factor on which the development vote will come to the BJP, because you need a face in the state who will reflect development. No, Akhilesh is somebody sitting there delivering development. Modi, again, the same talk happened in Bihar. Modi in the center, people sympathetic to the BJP could also vote for Akhilesh in the state. And the young vote will be crucial. Aditi is right. In Punjab, I've seen it. I mean, every other constituency, you can see caste divisions, and also young, urban, rural. AAP is riding a tailwind of the young in Punjab, and I think it's only increased over the past month. I mean, I would...
But why?
It is because I think they are certainly in Punjab, there is a larger question. They are sick of the old style of politics. The Badals are hugely unpopular. The Congress is seen as being a little bit of the same thing.
Let's try, give the new kid on the block.
AAP is an idea. They are not even dealing with the reality of the AAP. They just want something that will change things in some way.
They want to change. We're going to take a break. We're going to come back and talk about the two silent votes, the waves that could be the Aam Aadmi Party and also about Mayawati. We haven't really discussed her in detail. So stay with us. Welcome back to the NewsX Sunday Guardian Roundtable. Well, we are here discussing the coming assembly elections and also the impact that they will have on both Rahul Gandhi and the Prime Minister. Aditi, Mayawati's vote we have not discussed. Everybody's saying it's a game between BJP versus the Congress-SP alliance. What about Mayawati?
Well, she has very high stakes, that is undeniable, but because if she does not win this election and after her disastrous performance in the Lok Sabha election, it's going to be very difficult to explain to Dalits why she's there.
But having said that,
and she's been demonetized also substantially.
Very badly demonetized.
But the question is that in terms, what is Mayawati bringing to the table? There's no doubt that Dalits have been severely ostracized and severely suppressed in UP. If there is any one person who is a victim of that entire law and order discourse, it is the Dalit. And I mean, you don't even know what, as much as reported, 3/4 of it goes unreported. If they don't have a voice to express their pain, I fear that we could see a lot of problems going forward.
Okay. The Mayawati factor?
Look, Mayawati, her core Jata caste vote is there. She has to depend. That's why she's abandoned that, only relying on caste. She also wants Brahmins. She also wants Muslims. So to that extent, she's diluted her appeal. Even amongst the scheduled caste, as everybody else knows, it's only a section of the scheduled caste that roots for her, which is gained. It's like the OBCs and Samajwadi Party. Yadavs are the front line. Whereas every non-Yadavs amongst ABCs now, they go to BJP or they go to Congress because they don't get what they're due from the... Mayawati, to be fair, has a very strong organizational setup all across the state. And I mean, a stronger one, of course, Amit Shah, if he is anything, is an organizational man, is consolidated it at the grassroots. But Mayawati depends actually on the caste vote. Last time she got wiped out only because, apart from her own caste members, nobody voted for her. So, and as she said, lot is at stake for her, but I don't see her doing very well.
So also a lot is at stake for the BJP also. Let's not forget that. You know, we discussed it in the beginning. You know, if they don't, if they win this election, then they'll say, "Oh, demonetization was a big hit." If they don't, then will the things be called in question at the center?
I think
presidential election. Yeah, that's a good point.
It is going to be the most significantly impactful elections for the BJP.
Okay, sure.
No matter what the poll rankings are, if they're first, second, third, I mean, whatever, regardless. What is going to happen, and it is unavoidable whether the BJP is in denial or not, it will become a referendum because of what their party spokespeople said earlier. When they won Chandigarh, which was basically a puny little election, they said, see, demonetization, people are happy.
Every bypoll they said it.
So when you change the discourse and when you willingly accept something which is good for the goose and then say it's not good for the gander, people are going to say, what the hell, you're hypocritical. A, B, my belief is that the internal political dynamics within the BJP will significantly alter. Today, no one can say anything. Tomorrow, the murmuring will begin. When the murmurings begin, you will then take even more dramatic steps in order either to maintain your identity or maintain your diktat. But these are the things that I see happening.
Murmurings in both the camps will begin. Even in the Congress, whatever happens, you know, they've put up Priyanka, for instance. You know, we've seen this whole political launch of Priyanka. If this alliance doesn't do well, will that have an impact on this brother-sister duo?
Well, I mean, frankly,
they're owners.
They're owners. The party is sinking. So they can't look worse than they are looking. They can only come out a little better. You know?
Okay.
The fact is, I think there are two important things. I agree with Suhel. BJP, if you want to look at the future of the BJP, it's the UP elections.
Yeah. Yes.
And Mayawati is crucial in that sense. She has an 18-20% captive vote, which she will get. But, you know, unlike Bihar, UP is different because the Dalit and the OBC are not together. And the stronger the Dalit consolidation, it suits the BJP. Either that vote will come to them or it will go to Mayawati. They are quite happy with Mayawati retaining a strength which is short of winning the elections. But if you want to look at the future of the opposition in this country, look at the Punjab elections. Either the Congress or the AAP winning those elections is the pole around which national opposition will revolve. So if you want to look at BJP, you look at UP, you want to look at the opposition, look at Punjab.
No, two
That's
points.
a very good point.
Two
I like
points.
That's a great point.
No,
Yeah.
but actually taking now from what you said about Punjab, unless the Congress wins in Punjab, it's the beginning of the end of this little boy here. Because it's very crucial. The Congress is not in play in any other state. It is crucial that Punjab goes to the Congress for the Congress party leadership, the family-owned party. Otherwise, there will be a problem.
And yet Rahul has shown such little interest in Punjab. Hartosh, he was not there for the launch of the manifesto. He's going to start campaigning, but you know, he's really
He's
missing...
dragging his feet on naming Amarinder.
On naming Amarinder. Sidhu's been lurking in the background. What do you
I mean,
say?
the posters have come out projecting Sidhu as the chief minister.
Well, last 1 month, the steam has gone out of the Congress campaign. They're trying to pick up again. Rahul was wandering somewhere. While the election campaign is at its height, all Congress MLAs or ticket hopefuls were sitting in Delhi. Suddenly, for 20 days at the... Really, when it mattered, the Congress was not there on the field.
This is how the Congress works. It's always like that.
Rahul, I don't know
He doesn't see.
It is what I believe, the virtues of entitlement and ownership. He reminds you of that boy in Diwali, एक rocket है बोतल में, आपको उसको आग लगानी है, आप फुलझड़ी भी जला देते हो, but then you take your time in लगाing the आग to the rocket. Thinking rocket अपने आप उड़ जाएगा. That never happens.
And poor Amarinder Singh is the rocket that is like been launched but waiting to be launched, I guess. But that's it for now. Thank you for watching this show. We'll see you again same time next week.